Hi there, my name is Stephanie Beninati and I'm the owner of Strategic Insurance Services. This video is for two reasons. One, to help insurance agents comply with this request, and for our builder clients to understand what we're asking for when they enter the program. It's important to understand that the market is changing rapidly and construction defect is at an all-time high. These claims are huge burdens to the insurance carriers, and that trickles down to the clients. So one of the things that the insurance carriers have been doing is requiring our builders and developers to make sure that the subcontractors that are on the job site comply with certain insurance requirements. And if there's a claim and the subcontractors do not have the recommended required insurance, then there could be penalties to the builder developer, and some of those could be a lack of coverage. So although this can be overwhelming, the good news is that as an insurance agent, you'll get to know if your client is properly insured, and if not, then we can help you get them insured properly, and that is going to be great for your E&O compliance. And for builders and developers, this is great because we're going to protect you and your job site and ultimately your project. So first things first, the best way to understand whether or not the subcontractor is properly insured is to fill out the subcontractor compliance statement. So certificate holder business name would be our client, right? So whoever's requesting that, and always be a builder's name, and then their address, city name, state, and zip code. Now sometimes we get this back to us, it does not have that information. It's imperative that we have it because it needs to be uploaded into the system, and the certificate holder business name is how it finds the account and is associated with that account. Otherwise, we're just getting a bunch of subcontractor insurance compliance statements and we don't know who they belong to. So then we've got to have the subcontractor, that would be your client, your agency, and then who completed it. So that would be the agent or account manager who completed it. Then just go through the questions. Yes or no. Is there a blanket additional insured for ongoing and completed operations on all policies, waiver of subrogation, primary non-contributory wording, and is there workers' compensation and employer liability? And so you can totally write outside the lines if you want to type something in here using Adobe or whatever, make some notes. That is fantastic. The more information, the better. The less information will, if we find things that are blank or whatever, then we're just going to send it back. So it's best to, or we won't send it back. The system will send it back. It will read it. If it doesn't have what it needs, it will send it back. If there's no workers' comp, then we need what's called a Declaration of Independent Contractor Status form, which I'll show you that in a minute. Here's where we get some additional questioning. Is there a residential limitation on the policy? Now, most policies will have a residential limitation. This is just new, basic standard operating practice. There's all these different limitations. So what we want is not just the residential limitation, yes or no. We want you to explain what it is and or give us the form. So this is a sample of like what the certificate could look like. This is very extreme with if everything was on there, but we don't expect any insurance certificate to look this great. But we do want to have the description of all of the coverages in there. We want it to say there's no residential exclusion for new construction, or what it is. So just be very clear based on the compliance statement what that states. And then we want you to upload the endorsements. Now these are older endorsements, but they're pretty much just give you an example of what we're looking for. Some of them are the same but from different policies, so I just put them in there because I think that it's important to kind of look through them and see what different kind of policies might offer. And then if they do not have workers' comp, if they truly are an independent contractor, then this is what we need. We need a Declaration of Independent Contractor form that you can get that on Pinnacle website. And so they just need to fill this out, and it needs to be generally notarized, but that's on the subcontractor to make sure that gets done. So that would just be something that you would, maybe let them know that they need to do that, or you can help them do that. So that is how this process works. I know this is a really long video, but it's important, I think, for everybody to see how the process works. If you have any questions, give us a call, 303-757-0052. Thanks. Bye.